Okay, so this week marks the end of Payday 3's third month. The game launched on September 21st and this video is coming out on December 24th. But Payday 3's current state, launch, and the first 3 months in general is something I want to discuss next week. The reason I bring it up at the start of this video is to ask what you think. I want to take comments from this video and some of my previous ones and incorporate them into next week's video. So whatever thoughts you have on Payday 3, things you like, things you don't like, things you want to see added, things you want to see removed, please let me know in the comments section down below. Now, for the main topic of this video, I want to discuss something that Starbreeze have done that just doesn't sit right with me and has left me a little bit confused. As you may or may not have noticed, the day after the Syntax Error DLC pack went live, Starbreeze released another DLC for the game in the form of the Trifecta Lootbag pack. For those of you who may not know, the Trifecta Lootbag is the name given to the pre-order bonus content for Payday 3. The mask, the suit, and the gloves are all part of that pack, all of which can now be bought regardless of whether you pre-ordered the game for the price of £3.29. But it turns out that this situation may not be as straightforward as it may seem. What I don't like about this is that myself and a lot of other people in the community felt robbed by this content going on sale. After all, many people pre-ordered the game and some of them likely did so as they knew they'd be getting the game at launch anyway and wanted these extra items. I mean, in a way you could say that's what I did. I didn't exactly pre-order the game for these items specifically, but I knew there was no world out there in which I didn't buy Payday 3 and over the years it's DLCs, so pre-ordering the gold edition was always something that I was going to do. Then the game launched and well, we all know what happened at launch, so some people, admittedly myself included for a little while, looked at having these items as a badge of honor, if you will, a way of saying I was there at launch and made it through that trying time. And with this bundle going on sale, that exclusivity was stripped from people. And the final thing that I don't like, and this is really what doesn't sit right with me at all, the DLC pack was released the day after DLC 1, which to me really felt as if Starbreeze were trying to hide it as best they can. And I was gonna mention it in last week's video, but I think there's more to this than maybe clear at first glance. And as I said, it really doesn't seem to be the most straightforward situation. So while doing some research into what people thought of the Syntax Error DLC, and in turn stumbling across the Trifecta Lootbag pack on Steam, I took a look at the reviews and this one in particular stood out to me. I haven't included the name of the reviewer for the sake of not sending any unwanted attention their way, but from their review we can deduce that the way pre-order bonuses work on Microsoft platforms is that they are allowed to be exclusive rewards for a while, but after a certain period of time must be made available for purchase. Now, this is something I have never heard of before, nor could I find any sources online to back this up. Then again, I'm not a game developer, and so there's every chance that this is a term written into contracts and agreements that are never publicly available. But what I do know is that if you take this rule and apply it to games on sale on the Xbox Store with pre-order incentives, sometimes it holds up and sometimes it doesn't. And so if for this instance we say that rule was in place, and we also look at the availability of the Trifecta Lootbag on PC and PS5 as a way of maintaining parity between all platforms, as the review puts it, it recontextualizes some of my former issues. Firstly, it renders my initial two issues about the lack of exclusivity irrelevant, as Starbreeze were obligated to release the DLC at some point. Secondly, it arguably explains the release date and lack of promotion for this DLC pack. Releasing at a time when everyone is focusing on DLC 1 keeps eyes off this pack, which potentially is only releasing as a contractual obligation. And finally, it justifies the price point of this DLC pack. £3.29 is a lot to ask for a single suit, mask and set of gloves, especially compared to the Syntax Error Tailor pack, costing £3.99 with 4 times the content which was released the day before. Until, of course, you consider that this Trifecta Lootbag pack holds more value as it's a pre-order bonus. Whatever way you look at it, the situation surrounding the Trifecta Lootbag is very odd, and if you look close enough, it seems like there could be a lot more to it. I've often commended Starbreeze for their transparency, and it's because of that I'm holding my reservations about this DLC pack until we have a clearer explanation as to why it exists in the way it does. But until then, that is just about all we have time for. Remember, I'm working on a big Payday 3 video for next week, so let me know your thoughts on the game in the comment section down below and consider subscribing so you don't miss that one. And so with that all said, thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, drop a like on the video. If you disliked the video, drop a dislike on the video. Thank you very much for watching once again, and I will see you in the next video.